We're filming this on Thursday, the day after we've concluded our second ever auction here at the fabulous Kelham Hall, and it was our first sale of 2026 too. So it was great to kick off 2026 with a really strong result, and we sold some 78% of the cars that we offered yesterday, with a few more provisional deals currently going through. So we'll be well past that 80% by the time that the provisional deals are completed. It's easy to understand why we had so much positive feedback about Kelham Hall. It is a beautiful venue. We were blessed with really good weather too, and the attendance here, to me, looked like one of the strongest in-person attendances we've had at a car sale for 2 or 3 years probably. So that was really fantastic to see, and both new people, recurring people, a lot of familiar faces, and some faces that we haven't seen for a few years too. So, you know, that was a really, really nice thing to see here yesterday. We had a total of around 1,400 registered bidders. Now that was room, internet, telephone and commission bidders in advance of the auction too. So again, a strong number of registered bidders for the sale here yesterday. I'm going to run through some of the notable sales, and again, it's not hard to guess which the top figure achieved for a car was in the sale yesterday. It was the cover car from the Catalogue, the Fraser-Nash BMW 328 Roadster. Now, this was offered without reserve, so thank you for the vendors for entrusting us with, you know, the price that they wanted, and going no reserve, because that's obviously a strong show of faith with us. And I'm glad to say that it achieved a strong £360,000 in total, but well deserved. The car that had been in current ownership since 1968 from memory. A relatively local car to Kelham Hall. It was only from just up the road in Derbyshire, and a car that had really strong bidding. We had a battle between two telephones for the most part, and then somebody played it rather cool and got involved in the seats right at the end and managed to win it. So yeah, a really strong contested bidding battle on the 328, and hopefully we'll get to see it out at events very soon. Another of the particularly strong sellers was the Jaguar EType. So this was a Series 1 fixed head coupe. It had been restored by ASM Classics, and it had done 5 miles since its restoration was completed. So, you know, that car had beautifully presented paintwork, interior, engine not even run in yet, and understandably, again, had a long and well-contested battle in the bidding, with the total price paid for that being some £117,000 in total. So, you know, a strong result for an E-Type in today's market. A few of the other cars that achieved over their guide price included the Triumph Stag. So this was lot number 4, I believe. It was very early in the sale, and despite sort of having a bit of slow in the bidding around 14, 15, it marched on, and understandably, because it was low mileage, low ownership, manual gearbox, nicely presented, and in the end managed to achieve a total of some £21,000, so over its top estimate figure. Another that achieved far over its top estimate figure was the RollsRoyce Silver Wraith. So again, this had some provenance from, I believe it was don't quote me on this, I think it was Indian royal family or something like that when it was new, but it had really nice provenance with it. It was nicely presented. I think the guide was 25 to 30, and the bidding again was here, there, everywhere, you know, well contested during that car's offering, and a total of £33,750 was paid for that in total. Sticking with the nicely presented British classics, the MGA Twin Cam. So this was one of, I think, 1801 possibly twin cams ever produced. Often you don't see them as well presented as this example was. Black paintwork, red interior, really sharp throughout, ran excellently, nice history file. Understandable again to see why it did such strong money, and again it was well contested, room, telephone, internet, and a total of £42,750 was paid for the MGA in the end. Completely and utterly contrasting was the Porsche 356 Cabriolet. So This was a total restoration project. It had been in slumber in its current state for I think 3 or 4 decades. Rare AFN supplied right-hand drive car, that one was. Significant amounts of work needed to bring it up to roadworthy standard, but a lot of new and sort of new old stock and spare parts came with it so that the restoration could commence right away. So, you know, really exciting project. You don't often see the right-hand drive 356s, especially in restoration project form. You know, most of them have been restored now, and that one again, understandably, there was a strong commission bid left. There was internet and room bidding on that car, and in the end the price paid was some £42,000 in total. Back to the Jaguars, we had a Mark V Jaguar in the sale, which again was a notably nicely presented car. Now, obviously the areas of pre-war and 50s cars in the market, 40s, 50s cars in the market, as you know, everyone says is really suffering. But when we see a notably nice example such as this Jaguar, we still see really strong bidding, and it was understandable to see why this car made what it made, because it was really sharp, it ran well on site, it was a good colour combination, it had lots of things going for it, and well deserved to achieve its total of 38,250 in total. Over to Italy, there was the Fiat Dino Spider. So this car came from the William Hunt collection, which was a tailor, well, is a tailor on Savile Row, I do believe. Well known in his field and a real enthusiast of classic cars. We had 4 or 5 cars entered from his collection in this sale, and I believe more to come too. And that one was the highest sort of guided price car, I believe, from that collection in this sale, the Dino was. Again, not often seen on these shores, the Fiat Dinos, really beautifully designed cars. And, you know, this was one that someone could use and enjoy as it is, or possibly take on to the sort of next level in condition and cosmetics. And again, over top estimates the price achieved in total was, and the final price paid was some 51,750. Everybody likes a Land Rover, or maybe that's just me, but the Land Rover Defenders are always fiercely contested at the auction, and not often do you find a one owner 124, 125 mile from new car, so less than 200 miles from new, as it came out the factory. You just don't find them. So this was guided, I think from memory, at 40 to 50. Fierce bidding in that lot. And again, understandable, it was immaculate. And the price paid in total for the Defender was 67,500. So, you know, if anybody has any low mileage cars, low ownership cars, you know, they are the type of cars that do really well at auction. So worth getting in touch with us about. The final other good sellers that I'd like to highlight included the Bentley Mison that chauffeured at times the then Prince of Wales, now His Royal Highness the King. There's photographs of him getting out the back of the car. Again, really nice presented, low mileage. The service book shows it was sort of with Bentley Special Vehicle Operations new. And again, that one was bid and bought for a total of 62,000 in total. Remaining with Rolls-Royce and Bentley, we had a Rolls-Royce 2025 Drophead Coupe, a really elegantly bodied car that was, and deserved to do its 52,000 or 53,000 pounds in total. To the modern classics, the BMW M3, so the E92 model, it was a manual gearbox car, under 50,000 miles, nice service history. Again, that one was fiercely contested, and in the end, I believe sold for £23,000 in total. There were some, you know, other good sellers through the sale, plenty of them. So the Silver Cloud's worth an honourable mention, which was supplied new to a film director. Both the Alvises sold well and are off to new homes, one I believe in Britain and one in Europe. And there was plenty of other strong sellers on the day yesterday. I shan't bore you with all of them, but that is a good executive highlight of the sort of cars that did well in yesterday's sale. We had bidders from all around the world, and I'm going to have to refer to my list for this one because I cannot remember all of them, but there was America, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Canada, Cyprus, Czech Republic, France, Germany. That's just up to G. Others include UAE, India, Jersey, Malaysia, many more around Europe. So, you know, a real worldwide affair. And we had people who did travel to the auction from Europe to attend in person, which is fantastic. We'll be back here at Kelham Hall in June. So if you have any cars that you're interested in entering into the Kelham Hall sale, please get in contact with one of the team. We'll also be at the National Motorcycle Museum now. That one's going to be upon us very quickly as that sale is actually next week. So we hope to see lots of you at the National Motorcycle Museum next week. And we'll also be at the Pavilion Gardens in Buxton at the end of April. So that one is still open for entries too. So you can get in contact with us if you've got a vehicle you'd like to enter for that sale as well. You can get in contact with the team on sales@h&h.co.uk. Or you can also call us on 01925 210035. We hope to see lots of you again very, very soon. And thank you for everyone who got involved with yesterday's sale, whether here in person or absentee. Thank you.